Over 2,000 years ago, where the mighty Nile meets the vast Mediterranean, a city rose to become the vibrant heart of all human knowledge. But to truly master the unpredictable oceans, Alexandria needed more than just wealth. It required a monumental symbol, a beacon of light that would never fail. This was a world of Greek power and Egyptian mystery, where merchants, scholars, and soldiers walked through grand streets paved with marble and ambition. Pharaoh Ptolemy I Soter looked out toward the island of Pharos, envisioning a structure that would guide the world to his door and define his legacy. The challenge was immense, requiring the finest minds of the age to combine Greek engineering with the timeless durability of Egyptian stoneworking traditions. Thousands of craftsmen began the arduous task, shaping the very earth into a tower that would reach for the heavens and challenge the sea. Slowly, the barren rock was transformed into a massive construction site, a hive of activity where the future of maritime travel was being forged. Day by day, the foundation took hold, biting deep into the limestone crust to ensure that no storm could ever topple this giant of stone. This was the dawn of a new era, where human ingenuity would finally provide a guiding hand to those lost in the darkness of the deep. The construction was a marvel of the ancient world, an organized chaos of sheer muscle and sophisticated mechanics working in perfect, rhythmic harmony. Engineers used molten lead to bind the stones, creating a flexible yet indestructible skeleton capable of weathering the earthquakes that frequently shook the region. Standing over 100 meters tall, it became the tallest man-made structure on Earth, second only to the Great Pyramids of Giza themselves. It was not merely a tower of stone and mortar. It was a bold declaration of human technical supremacy over the wild elements of nature. The sun's rays caught the polished white marble, making the tower glow like a mountain of salt, rising directly from the turquoise Mediterranean waters. Every block was placed with surgical precision, ensuring the center of gravity remained stable as the structure ascended into the thin, salty air. At these heights, the wind howled and the sea sprayed, yet the workers labored on, driven by the vision of a world made smaller. 3 distinct layers, square, octagonal, and circular, combined to create a masterpiece of architectural balance that fascinated all who laid eyes upon it. Inside, a wide spiral ramp allowed beasts of burden to carry endless supplies of wood and resin to the very top of the structure. When the final stone was laid, the world stood in awe of a monument that married the beauty of art with the utility of science. At the summit, a massive furnace was ignited, a fire that would burn day and night, fueled by the riches of the Ptolemaic Empire. Behind the flames, legendary bronze mirrors, polished to a mirror finish, focused the light into a beam so powerful it pierced the thickest fog. From 50 kilometers away, sailors would see this artificial star, a flickering hope that signaled their safe approach to the world's greatest port. In the pitch-black void of the ancient sea, the Pharos was a divine guardian, saving countless lives from the treacherous rocks and hidden shoals. By day, the sun's own power was harnessed, reflecting off the mirrors to guide vessels, even when the fire was merely a smoldering ember. It was the first of its kind, a lighthouse that didn't just mark a shore, but illuminated the path for global commerce and exploration. For the weary traveler, that light meant more than just direction. It meant sanctuary, warm food, and the safety of the Egyptian coast. Ships carrying spices, silk, and gold followed this light, turning Alexandria into the wealthiest and most cosmopolitan hub of the ancient world. The flame never flickered out, a testament to the dedicated keepers who lived within the tower, maintaining the pulse of the Mediterranean's heart. The Pharos was the lighthouse of all lighthouses, the original spark that would inspire every beacon built by man for centuries to come. The Great Heptastadian Bridge linked the island to the mainland, a feat of civil engineering that created 2 magnificent harbors for the city. Alexandria became a melting pot of cultures, where the light of the Pharos guided not just goods, but the collective wisdom of humanity. While the lighthouse guided the ships, those ships brought the books and ideas that filled the shelves of the legendary Great Library nearby. Gold from Rome, silver from Greece, and incense from Arabia flowed through the gates, all under the watchful, glowing eye of the Pharos. Under the silver moonlight, the tower's white stone shimmered like a ghost, a silent sentinel standing guard over the dreams of an empire. High above, a colossal statue of the sea god watched over the waves, a reminder of the spiritual bond between man and the ocean. The lighthouse was the first sight of home for some, and the first glimpse of a new world for others, a universal symbol of welcome. It was more than a navigational aid. It was the beacon of a civilization that believed it could understand and master the universe itself. Travelers wrote home of its majesty, and it quickly took its rightful place among the 7 wonders of the ancient world, immortalized in ink. For centuries, it stood as a monument to stability in an ever-changing world, a torch of hope held high against the darkness of time. But no work of man is eternal. The very earth that supported the Pharos began to tremble as nature reclaimed its dominance over stone. Successive earthquakes over the centuries battered the tower, slowly stripping away its grandeur and weakening its once invincible limestone and granite frame. As empires fell and the glory of Alexandria faded, the great fire on the summit was finally extinguished, leaving the tower a hollow shell. The light that had guided the world for over 1,000 years was gone, replaced by the mournful whistling of the wind through broken stone. In the 14th century, a final, catastrophic tremor brought the remaining tiers down, sending the pride of the Ptolemies into the watery abyss. The stones were not lost forever. They were salvaged by a new ruler to build the citadel of Kite Bay, a fortress to guard the coast. Even today, the DNA of the lighthouse lives on in the walls of the fort, a silent witness to the cyclical nature of human history. Below the waves, the true remains of the wonder lay hidden, waiting for centuries in the quiet, cold embrace of the Mediterranean Sea. The silent giants of the Pharos became an artificial reef, a sunken kingdom where history and nature merged into a haunting, submerged gallery. The skyline changed, the light went out, but the memory of the Pharos remained a beacon in the collective consciousness of the modern world. In the 1990s, modern explorers finally rediscovered the Titan's bones, bringing the legend of the Lighthouse of Alexandria back into the light. Each discovery tells a story of ambition and skill, proving that the tales of the ancient historians were not merely myths, but reality. Using advanced technology, we can now see the Pharos as it once was, a towering achievement of light and logic in an age of mystery. It reminds us that even when our greatest structures fall, the spirit of innovation that created them is truly and utterly indestructible. Today, the lighthouse serves as an inspiration for architects and dreamers, a symbol of humanity's eternal quest to light up the dark. Though the physical stone is gone, the architectural legacy of the Pharos lives on in every lighthouse that dots the world's coastlines today. The technology has changed, but the purpose remains the same: to protect, to guide, and to ensure that no traveler is ever truly lost. The sea remains as wild as it was in the days of Ptolemy, a reminder of the elements we continue to challenge with our ingenuity. We are a species of light seekers, always building our own beacons to navigate the vast, unknown oceans of the future and beyond. As long as we dare to dream and build, the light of Alexandria will never truly go out. It burns in our hearts forever. Join us as we continue to explore the magnificent achievements of our past. This is the legacy of light, wonders of humanity.